What's happening, everyone? This is Nikhil here. Today's video is going to be primarily about the rumor roundup of the Samsung Galaxy S8. So let's just see if that works. Let's get technical. So this is the latest leak of the Samsung Galaxy S8. I'm going to title the video Samsung Galaxy S8 hands-on because that usually gets a lot of hits. Okay, so comparing the Samsung Galaxy S8 to last year's Samsung Galaxy S7, we can see that they've kept the same curved OLED display, but what they managed to get rid of is one, the Samsung logo on top has been completely removed, and the bottom iconic home button of Samsung, the hardware button, has also been removed, and in place of that, we're gonna get software buttons. So if we zoom in to the top part of the phone, we can see that on the Samsung Galaxy S8, there are a lot more sensors that have been included. And the one sensor on the top left corner is probably going to be an iris scanner, which was debuted on the Note 7 last year. Next up, we've got the bottom of the device, which fortunately still has a 3.5mm audio auxiliary port, which was taken off in the iPhone 7. And I don't think it's going to come on any more of the iPhone devices, unfortunately. Rest in peace, iPhone. And apart from that, it also has a USB Type-C connector, which majority of phone manufacturers are now moving on to. So it's good that Samsung is following suit. On the far right, we have the speaker grill, which is the same location as last year, but the grill seems to be different. On the top of the device, we have the SIM card and memory card slot, and the memory card should be expandable to, I'd say, 256 GB. The back of the Galaxy S8 has the camera, the flash, the heart rate sensor, which is the same as the Galaxy S7, but now it also includes the fingerprint reader, as they've taken off the hardware button up front, so they had to move it to the rear of the device. But unlike the Google Pixel, which the fingerprint reader is very well centered, so when you hold the device, your index finger tends to fall right on the fingerprint reader. It's very oddly placed in this device. Firstly, it's extremely high up, so if you have small hands, reaching all the way to the fingerprint reader is going to be tough. And secondly, it's so close to the camera that you might end up smudging the camera half the time. But I don't know how fast people are going to get used to this, but we just have to wait and see. Alright, so this is the left side of the device. Oh, this man really needs to cut his nails. Yeesh. Let's just zoom in and cut that part out. Okay, so on this side, you can see there is a volume rocker, and there's a new button which is apparently going to directly launch Samsung's new search assistant, which is called Bixby or Bixby. I don't know how you pronounce that. This new search assistant is apparently going to be based off S Voice, which is no the greatest thing, but hopefully Samsung's done a better job. And it has a couple of new features. One of which is if you take a picture of a product, it scans the image and it shows you details of that specific product, or it can even take you to an Amazon page where you can purchase it. On the right side of the device, all we have is the power button. Venture Beats has even managed to get a hold of the specifications of both devices, and if you compare them, they're pretty much the same apart from the screen and the battery. The S8 has a 3000 milliampere battery, and the S8 Plus has a 3500 milliampere battery. But this is still speculation, but those are the leaked specifications. Apart from that, you have the Galaxy S8 has a 5.8-inch screen, rear dual pixel 12 megapixel camera, which even the Galaxy S7 was dual pixel, and that basically it helps in focus, so it has a much faster focus compared to other devices. It's IP68 water resistant. It includes an iris scanner. It's secured by Samsung Knox. It has 64 GB internal memory, which surprisingly doesn't seem to have different options. They only seem to have one option out here, but these are again leaked specifications, so we aren't sure if that's exactly what's going to come on the device. 4 GB RAM, which again people have noted that the S7 didn't manage RAM very well, so 4 GB wasn't sufficient for that device, but hopefully the S8 does a better job of that. It has Samsung Pay, it has wireless charging, and the phones come included with earphones tuned by AKG. That should be pretty cool if they've done a good job. Also, the processor hasn't been stated on the specification sheet, but it's most likely going to come with either a Snapdragon 835 in the United States and Europe. And for other parts of the world like China and India, it should come with the Exynos 8895, which is Samsung's new processor. They both are claimed to have improved performance with like 40% less power consumption. But that's what they all say until it's finally tested out, so we gotta wait and see. Here, when we compare the different device sizes, you can see clearly that the iPhone 7 and the Galaxy S8 aren't too far apart in size. And if you look at the S8 Plus and the iPhone 7 Plus, so the iPhone 7 Plus has a 5.5 inch display, whereas the Galaxy S8 Plus has a 6.2 inch display. Yet the complete form factor is nearly identical. Techno Buffalo recently released a post online which gave off the price in Europe by a trusted leak source. And if you convert that to dollars, US dollars, it's $843 for the Galaxy S8 and $948 for the Galaxy S8 Plus, which is honestly ridiculously high. But let's just hope that these are not the final prices. So here is the Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus side by side. They look like gorgeous devices, and I cannot wait for March 29th when the device is going to officially be launched. Let's end this video with Samsung's March 29th launch event teaser. And if you all like this video, please subscribe, and I shall see you all in the next video.